Hello and welcome to Canutillo Combos, the official Canutillo ISD podcast. I'm Gustavo, Reveles, the Director of Communications for the school district. With us, of course, we have our fearful leader.
Fearful.
Pedro Galaviz.
I'm fearful of elections.
Elections. You keep saying that.
School board elections.
Yes.
That's crazy. I was telling you, there's some people on there that didn't vote for the bond, campaigned against it, that are against, library books. They're going to go straight for the library, thinking all these kids are reading all these bad books, and it's just...
Ooh, at least taking the gloves off.
but why? I mean, I'm a citizen too.
Yes.
I can't speak.
And a Canutillo voter.
Canutillo voter. And
Yes.
and I've been here, going on 12 years. I'm invested in, my kids graduated from the high school, AMS, and so I'm just speaking what I know. And this is and I'm not gonna shy away from some of these candidates that are not, in my opinion,
Pro-Publican.
Yeah, some of them want vouchers.
Yeah.
Right? And I just say that in a sense that some of the candidates out there, they want vouchers. You know what vouchers are going to do? No, we haven't introduced the kids yet.
We have Mr. Robinson.
I'll let you introduce them.
Yes.
But I'm fearful.
You are fearful. We also have Loud, of course, here at the controls.
Hello.
And we have some guests today, and we'll be talking about a specific organization here at CHS that's doing great work. And I'll introduce Mr. Robinson, who is
Coach Robbie.
Coach Robbie. I really enjoy the name Robbie. I like calling him Robbie because I was hockey player.
You know how?
And I had two Robinsons.
He's a hockey player?
No. For the Rhinos, I house of hockey players. And I had two Robinsons.
Well, I thought he was Hispanic this morning. I just realized
things have changed.
Yeah.
He's drastically over the last 10 minutes. And two of those hockey players at house were brothers named Robinson, and we called them Big Robbie and Little Robbie. So I enjoy it. But
what would you call him? A bigger?
I'll call him Officer Robbie. And Mr. Robinson, we have 4 students here from Canutillo High School that have started an organization called Active Minds, and we'll go over that work here. But I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Please tell us your name and what grade you're at here at CHS.
I guess we should also state our offices.
And you're all yes.
Yeah. Okay. So my name is Emilio Nandon. I am a junior, and I am the chapter president here for the Active Minds chapter at Canutillo High School.
My name is Mercedes Garcia. I'm a freshman, and I'm a research liaison here for Active Minds.
My name is Faith Delgado. I am a junior, and I'm the vice president.
I'm Valentina Carrillo. I'm a junior, and I'm the chair of marketing.
Cool. You know who that is?
Yeah, of course I know. She's all over our social media.
No, you're a Moments?
Yes, of course. Yeah, no. She is Valentina is a superstar here. Valentina is a superstar, and her mom's a superstar.
And remember, she played the mariachis?
Yes.
Out there in front of AMS?
Yes.
You had purple hair back then. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good memory.
I gotta see that picture.
Do not.
The video of it is posted on her Facebook, so you just have to.
God.
Anyway, so Active Minds is a new organization for CHS, and it deals with mental health wellness for students, and that's such a hot topic. Tell us a little bit about creating the chapter and what led you guys to start this.
So I had stumbled across it when I was just looking for organizations that help people, because I'm really big into helping people physically with law enforcement, but then nobody ever really talks about helping people mentally, especially since mental health is such a sensitive topic for a lot of people. And I came across Active Minds, and I was like, this is a really good organization. How do I join it or whatever? And they were like, oh no, you start your own chapter. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I took the steps into starting it, but it did take me a while just because, I don't know, I guess I kind of felt like they weren't taking me seriously whenever I'd bring it up to some of the staff. I'd be like, hey, this is this is a really big thing that can be really big for Canutillo and the students. And that some of the staff were kind of just like, oh, just go talk to Rodolfo about it. And I was like, okay. And so it did take me a little longer than I thought, but I didn't like it. Is
Just say it. They brushed you off because you're a kid.
yeah.
Just say it.
And but even though that did happen, I wasn't like dissuaded in any way. I still kept like being like, hey, this is a really big thing. And then we did end up getting established May 24th of last school year. And we just started presenting stuff this year. And so far things are going really great. Like so far we've had like over 10, 15 kids every meeting that we have. Because this is a new topic for Canutillo.
What does it do? What is Active Minds? Why?
Well, Active Minds is a national program, and basically, officially, it is the nation's premier organization for mental health advocacy and suicide prevention, specifically targeted towards youth leaders such as ourselves. And basically, our goal, especially this year, is to spread the word about what we do and let people know that it's okay to feel like sad sometimes. You know, we're all human. We all have these emotions. And there's nothing wrong with, you know, feeling tired and having and needing someone to go to when you feel that way. And a lot of people tend to brush that off because I understand we come from a community, you know, where it's like Hispanic, hardworking parents who never had time to put their mental health first because they were working and providing for their families. But, you know, we recognize that we're in a new age where we can give more recognition to those students who need, you know, a place to go, a safe place to go and express their emotions in the way that they need to. And Active Minds gives them that space.
So Coach Robin, when these, I want to say kids because, you know, let's say kids.
Yeah.
Next generation.
Yeah.
About to change the world, make the world a better place. When they came to you, you said,
Oh, absolutely. With my background in mental health, I am a certified mental health peace officer. I got that when I was still a deputy sheriff with the sheriff's department. And there is a lot of missing pieces out in the community. So when the kids approached me about it and asked me to be a sponsor, there was no hesitation in it. I said yes immediately because they are brushed off a lot, you know, and they have a safe place in my classroom and they feel safe going in there. So I said, yeah, let's do everything in here and we could spread the word because it gives them a safe space for these kids, and not just our leadership, but anyone that wants to get involved to express their emotions and not have to worry about repercussions coming out of that because they're sharing it amongst the youth leaders.
I think that brushed off term is right on for this conversation because it is an uncomfortable topic to you know touch on. You know, you're right, but you know, like, you know, in our community, especially older, like my parents that are in their 80s, talking about mental health is like a big no-no. That
what would your mom say?
my mom said, "You gotta stay loca," you know. That, right? She's not great. And still, I think with the pandemic, with all the social pressures that are rising up now, even older people are starting to realize like this is for real. We need to really take on this issue. And you know, for someone in high school, you know, you're supposed to be happy, right? This is the time of your life. You're having a great time, but you know, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of expectations. How do you think your regular students, your fellow students are handling that? Do you think they need to have access to something like this?
Absolutely. Yes. A lot of, well, especially since we're kids, a lot of people come to us because, you know, we are kids. Okay. We are kids, and not a lot of kids go to adults, mostly for that reason that Bettina said. But they do, I think this program is going to help a lot of kids. They are actually helping a lot of kids, especially because a lot of kids have come to us and have talked to their problems about it. So
That's right.
What do you all do, right? I'm a kid. I come in and say, hey, I'm stressed or whatever, anxiety.
Yeah.
What do you all do? What's your training? What's your...
So what we do for like the kids is like we kind of like explore like the different ways that it affects them, because stress affects everyone differently. Like when I'm stressed, I could be like really like I guess like because when I'm stressed, I could like isolate myself more and I could be more distant from everyone. But then like when Faith's stressed, she could be more talkative and everything. So stress can affect everyone in a different way. So like we'll explain to the kids, hey, this is how different things affect different people. And these are ways that you can cope with it in healthy ways. Because I know that a lot of times like unhealthy ways of coping are really easy, unfortunately.
Yeah, drugs, alcohol.
Yeah, they're real easy to access.
Violence, yeah.
And especially today, the influence of those types of things, they're really strong. And, you just see it in the media everywhere. You see it everywhere, and there's really no way to escape it. So kids who we know, like, they don't want to do any of that stuff, but they're still pulled into it. It's really unfortunate. And we try to help them as best as we can.
And it's almost encouraged, to lash out that way, right? Because you're gonna record it, you're gonna put it on FitFam, you're gonna put it whatever. You're gonna be FitFam, whatever it is, right? And the bottom line is, that's gonna be maybe satisfactory for like 5 seconds, but in the long run, you need that long-term health, mental health, physical health that's going to get you not just through high school, but through college, hopefully, and then on to adulthood. So I think it's great that you guys are doing this. It's such a needed topic, and one that school districts are dealing with left and right. This is not the first time we talk about mental health in schools, social emotional learning, SEL, both coming up.
And I think a lot of times I tell, here it is. I tell kids, especially here in high school, I said, learn from my badge. Learn from me. Because sooner you're going to learn from his badge. And his badge as a deputy, as a sheriff, you're not going to have a choice. I'm going to give you choices, and I'm going to give you better options than Officer Robbie. Little Robbie. And I think that's what, when we brush you off, it's because we don't know. We don't know when you say, I'm mad, I need to be alone. No, but we have EOC you need to prepare for. And that's not really important right then. Right now, you're telling me something happened this morning. I just need to be alone. Let me give me some time and collect myself so I can come in and prepare for this. And I think that's what we weren't taught that as teachers. It wasn't emphasized. It was ABC, 1 + 1 is 2, right? Let's go. And so I think a lot of times when I see these young kids coming in and trying to act like little gangbangers, first I say, stop watching videos, stop watching Netflix, because there ain't no gangs here and here. Stop trying to be a bad boy. And I always say, I wish I was your principal when you were on pre-K. Like your mom is an elementary principal. Yeah. You get those young kids that are just angry, and you just want to just hold them to say, I am not going to let you down. I'm going to love you. I'm going to support you. This is, and that's what I see these kids that are angry walking around trying. It's like, dude, stop. You're going in the wrong way. And when I was a high school principal in Dallas, and I told his mom, this kid was so angry, I go, honey, senora, get ready, right? You get two things. Either get ready for a one-way ticket to Huntsville, which is prison, or go buy a black suit because your son's going to end up dead because he's not going to survive in the streets. And that wasn't probably the right way to say it.
But the truth.
But it was the truth. But I wish when he was all the way up, from 5, when he was a baby, I wish I was there just holding him and loving him. And I think that's what, again, I commend you all, what you're going to do, not trying to do, what you're going to do. But I think one of the goals last week, you said you want to get into the other high schools, like Northwest Early High School. How's that going? What's the plan for that?
So we actually did talk to some of the students from El Paso High, but I think the biggest thing is because this entire, the organization is entirely student-led. To set a chapter up, it's very easy. You just need to, you just need a sponsor and 3 students. That's all you need to set a chapter. But I don't think that, it's just because right now we're the only chapter in the entirety of El Paso that's active. And so that's why we want to try to like get the word out that starting a chapter isn't that really that hard. You know, I mean, I know that you have to register as a school organization, but as like if you're committed to this, it can help so many people. We're already helping like a dozen plus kids at our school that didn't have an outlet, that didn't have somebody like giving them healthy ways to cope with stuff, having them say, hey, there's other ways that you can vent your frustrations than vaping, than hurting yourself or hurting others. We're giving them other resources and other outlets that they can use, something that is in a healthy way.
And I think that's so important, Doc, because, you know, there's students out there that may not want to reach out to an organization like this one. They might, but what's important is that we give them options, right, to reach out. Yeah. That it's not, that if it's not a group like Active Minds, then it's an anonymous alert, or it's a teacher or a coach, or it's whatever it is, that there's something out there for them. And this is one of the avenues. Then because it's student-led, it perhaps gives them an option to feel that the peer is better off, you know, listening to you than an adult.
Right, and the peers understand each other more, you know.
Yeah.
And I think nowadays, teachers are afraid to form those relationships with students, and I see it from them, but I'm quite the opposite. Like, you have to form that relationship to understand what they're going through. I myself have teenagers, and I have a 11-year-old as well, so I understand their lingo and when they're talking about, I know what you said there.
Yeah, we always try to emphasize the importance of using the resources provided to you, like, you know, obviously talking to a teacher, talking to one of us, but also calling 988, calling 911, and like going on anonymous alerts and all that stuff to try and get yourself some help.
And 988 is
the National Suicide Prevention Hotline.
that's a new number for
I didn't know.
yeah, that's so there used to be an 800 number, 1-800-275. I mean, who's gonna remember that, right?
Yeah.
So they created 988 to be the 911 of suicide prevention.
Wow. That's heavy.
And with those influences that we were talking about earlier, like we see it getting to younger and younger people. And, you know, I know some like elementary teachers that are finding vapes, and they're finding bad stuff in the elementary schools, and it's affecting those little fifth graders. And I talk about this a lot, where I have a little sister in fifth grade, and she's like the world to me. I would protect her during but I would protect her during everything. She's my world, and I know I don't show that to her enough. But if anything were to happen to her, all I want to do is protect her. And I think that's a very hard topic for me to talk about, especially with an organization like this. But I'm glad I have somewhere to be and somewhere where I can express that, like, I want to help those kids.
So this morning, what did you tell your sister?
I said she had a very cute Hawaiian fit.
Hey, that's the one form of I love you, right? Just saying stuff like that.
Yeah, and then I said bye to her, and I said I loved her before she dropped me off here. But yeah, she had beautiful.
Well, it's homecoming, so like you guys are all dressed up as well.
This day's right up. I bet.
Yeah.
I was like,
Bikers versus surfers, is that what it is? And then like seniors wear togas.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like
yes, they changed yesterday's theme from robbers to.
Oh, they did. Yeah, sometimes these dress-up days can be quite controversial.
they even have petitions going around. And
I didn't even know about the petition. They're like, you guys signed the petition. I was like, huh.
Keep the robbers versus.
yeah, they wanted cops and robbers was originally what Stuco had came up with, and some other students said, no, well, we want to make it
Dress as your type.
dress as your type. I'm like, what does that mean?
Someone asked me that, and I did not know what to.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was.
No, they explained to me yesterday what it was.
It's like your type, as in like.
So
Sound like your interest.
yeah,
Okay.
or like if there's like a specific style that you like going sing.
Like you like the prep game.
Yeah,
Interest.
they would dress like that.
All right.
I was waiting to see someone in like a sundress.
Great. Well, you guys are doing great work, and I hope that as leaders in other schools are listening, that they reach out, they start their own chapter. Like you said, it's not that hard. what's hard is keeping it going. But the researchers are out there, and I'm sure that you guys will be more than happy to help them on.
Yes, of course.
Does your sponsor have to be from the school?
Yes, it does have to be from the school district. It could be a teacher, it could be a coach, it could be, as long as they're in the school district and they're like a staff member, you have an advisor.
Yeah, you don't have to be on the same campus, but as long as they're with the school district, they can represent.
Oh, yeah. No, because I know the principal very well at El Paso High. So if I need to make a call,
There you go.
I'll make a call. There's always one teacher like Coach Robbie there that that want to get involved. Because again, a lot of teachers of the relationship, social media, and then they push away, and it's like that's not me either. That's like if I'm going to hug a kid because I just want to hug a kid, not because that's the way I am. It's like first thing, what do I do to him? I hugged him.
I'm a big hugger too, so
You just like I would dress like Coach Robbie. No, because you feel his heart, you feel his passion, and then you want to be around people that add value, that add that to your life. And when I see this guy, first time I met him, I know he's a Chicago Bear fan, but a Packer fan, which again, bless him.
Well, they're both terrible.
He's a
hey, look at our division though. It's the best in the NFL right now. Yes, it is.
But Doc, a lot of superintendents here in town as well. Have you given them a challenge to reach out to their principals and
see at the high school. We had Northwest. I'm sure Frank the Tank over there, principal. But you didn't say anything.
I was gonna get to that. So Active Minds obviously it's a mainly high school program, but they just opened up a new program where they want to start issuing it to the middle schools, and where they actually want us to. We need to set up a date of when we can go to athletic therapy, when we can go to Canutillo. But I was gonna actually ever talk about how middle schools are right now, especially just coming out of the middle schools. How do you think it would benefit the middle school students coming out of there?
Honestly, just the same way as the high school, because like you said, I just came out of there and there was a lot of people struggling, but I felt like there really weren't any outlets to talk to people, and I felt like a lot of kids just had to sit there and just deal with it all the time, and it was pretty sucky to see how many people really did want help, but like I said, there was no resources or help that could be provided for them. They just felt like they were trapped in a classroom for 8 hours a day, and
I think maybe even middle school is more important to have something like this, right? It's a good start.
Yes, because I feel like in middle school is where you kind of start having an idea about what you're gonna be, who you want to be, and the unfortunate thing is that a lot of people don't end up being the good people. They end up falling into drugs, smoking, vaping, and it just carries on to here. But once you get here, it's like it gets worse. I've seen people who maybe did it once, twice in middle school, now they're doing it almost all the time here.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's important to target them so they can understand that they're not alone, because there just wasn't resources there, and that's why we want to try to go talk to them.
Yeah, because it's just crazy, because you think of everybody wants to belong,
But
everybody wants to connect. So there's two things I want to ask. One to Coach Robbie, but first you. So if we were to hit middle school, first just tell me time, place, when it will connect you with the students and your sponsor. I'm sure those principals will be open, or you'll find someone. If not, I'll sponsor the club. Because I just feel very. I think this is a great organization. I really do. But will we hit the Stuco at the middle schools?
I feel like I know. Yeah.
Hit those kids first that are more active.
Yeah. Like in a better leadership position. Not better, but like they have experience. They know what to do to reach out to those students, and they're constantly in touch with them. I think we would like to do something with our Stuco as well. I feel like that would be a really good collaboration to spread the word about mental health and have an activity for all the students, or just a day where we like, I don't know, go out into the field and just have like a fun day, and then, you know, spread the message a little bit like, hey, you're not alone and we have resources for you. It's up to you to, you know, make that change in your life, you know, if you want to get help. But with middle school, oh, I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
With middle schools, like, I feel like they just see like they're going into high school and they see like the media and they're like, oh, there's this idea in high school and like all the kids are vaping, all the kids are smoking, all the kids are drinking and they're going to parties. And then they feel like, oh, I need to get a jump start on that so I can already like have a place to belong in high school. And I mean, it's not an ideal like situation to be in, but that is their mindset, really.
Well, everyone wants to be cool.
Yeah, exactly. So like they're already trying to like establish themselves as a cool person so that when they go into high school, they're like, oh, I'm not gonna be alone. But then they start falling down a really dark and dangerous path.
Not just that, but I feel like when they see high schoolers doing it, they feel like they have to do it as well because somehow, some way, we're cooler. But I feel like if we go talk to them, they'll listen to us a little bit better because I don't know what it is with them, but they have that mindset that they'll listen to high schoolers but not adults.
Yeah, I think that's a powerful connection versus us going down there. We go like, you don't vape, so you know, we like you need to and you should and we need. But you had a powerful statement when you said to belong. 'Cause everyone wants to belong. Everybody wants to, and I think you belong by finding your crew. And like I said, like high school in the 80s, still you see the same cliques together because everybody's trying to fit in. And you fit in where you fit in because you want to be cool and accepted and talk to someone. And so, but just let me know time and place. We'll arrange it with the Stuco because, again, that getting yourself healthy mentally and happy is more important than the ABCs or 1 + 1 or 2 + 2.
Well, you can have the ABCs and 1 + 1 without mental health.
Yeah, you can't. It's
true.
And so it's just let me know when. But shouldn't this be Coach, who's also one of our P-Tech instructors? I would think every cadet, you call them cadets?
Mm-hmm. I
Every
do.
cadet should be involved in some way of active minds because I'm sure you were in the sheriff's department, saw a lot of people that weren't the ones, unfortunately, that you had to arrest and that weren't right.
They weren't mentally stable, and that is correct. And this was the first thing we thought of when we wanted to bring kids into it. We're like, hey, we need to hit the law enforcement program because we have a huge law enforcement program.
And then,
for some of those kids, it is their outlet, you know. And having them amongst law enforcement and bringing it into active minds, it's like it's salt and pepper, you know, they both go together all the time. But yet these kids bring out something that a teacher and an adult can't amongst each other. And I love that. I love that about them. So in our curriculum for law enforcement, we actually have a lesson that has to do with mental health and has to do with taking care of yourself. Because you can't take care of anyone else unless you're taking care of yourself first. And that's what our message is about here, you know, you be head smart.
but it's also the training for them if they actually plan on pursuing a career in law enforcement, because for better or worse, when you guys were out in the front lines, a lot of times you were the first responders to mental health cases in patients and people who, because they're having a mental health episode, they are either committing a crime or putting themselves or others in danger. So you have to know how to deal with that as well.
Exactly.
But it's good training both ways.
It really develops compassion for the other person. You know, like you said, you got to take care of yourself. Am I stable enough to confront a contentious situation that behave? Don't take it for the works out.
And you can't take it personal. And these kids, they're good leaders. There couldn't be a better group of kids to lead this chapter. So when they approached me with it, I said, let's go. There's a lot of training nationally that's available out there for active minds. And I said, I'm going to do what I need to do to get you guys there. We'll fundraise, we'll do anything we do so you can get the training and bring it home. Because again, we're the only one in West Texas with the Active Minds chapter. So we want to make this blow up and get the community to see like, hey, it's time to take mental health into consideration instead of them growing up the way we did. You're all right. Get up, you know. Yeah. There's no crying. You can't cry. No, it's
Yeah.
like an outlet.
Back to like the learning your ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. There's a lot of kids who like, if they're not in the right state, they're not going to want to learn their ABCs, 1, 2, 3. They'll just show up to school and just be there, like zone out and everything. And they won't learn anything. They're not going to do good on their end of courses. They're not going to do good on like their stars because they're just so like, their mental state is just not in the right place. And it can feel foggy. It can feel like everything's just spaced out and you're isolated. And so it's really important that we make them feel seen and we give them that guidance so that they can, focus on other things.
No, I was with a person. What? Anyway, we were talking. The state gave us a grant for mental health. It's one of the things I want to connect them with city support, so that there's social workers and counselors. So again, but we were talking about the correlation, the research behind a student's mental health versus attendance, lower. Say referrals. They still call them referrals. Yeah, referrals. The more, but again, whatever you need. So I'll start connecting you with the middle schools in Northwest. Yeah, and El Paso High, and my contact would be Coach Rob. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I like about Active Minds as well is that you don't have to be in a specific career path to start this program or to be in it. Anybody, because I know like a lot of other programs on the campus, you have to be in teaching, you have to be in law enforcement, you have to be in FFA, you have to be in a specific career path to be in a program. But with this one, you don't have to be in a career path to be in this program. And you can be in multiple programs at one time. This isn't, obviously you have to put intention into this program and care, but it doesn't have to be the only program that you're in. And that's what I like, is that you don't have to be in a specific career path for people to join it. Anybody can join it at any time. There's no deadline. There's no fees associated with this. It's completely free. And you can join at any time, whether it's the first semester or second semester. Anybody can join, regardless of their grade or regardless of anything. Anybody can join at any time.
And we have people who are really passionate about mental health and spreading the word, and we're glad that they all come to our meetings.
And they like express their feelings to us, tell us their problems. Like we had a meeting yesterday, and it really like showed me like, wow, these kids actually trust us, because they actually poured
Their hearts out.
It was we all cried.
And like that was starting when they're like, how's everyone feeling? Scale 1 to 10, and then like said why they're feeling that way. We had some very real statements. This is just the reality of like being a high schooler and dealing with all those stuff that honestly like we shouldn't have to deal with, but it is the reality, and we're here to get them through it.
That's awesome.
So if there's any student out there from Canutillo High School that wants to learn more about it, where can they go? What can they do?
We are normally, we have a social media account. It's called Canutillo Active Minds. The title is Active Minds at Canutillo. And I post pretty regularly. I'm the one who runs it because I'm the chair of marketing. And most of the time I like to post like really fun things. Like for the lead up to this podcast, I posted us on like an 80s freeze frame style, and we're like holding an Active Minds sign and an Active Minds banner. And we're like,
It's like the last shot of the movie from the 1980s.
But that's also like the place where like if you want to reach out to us, and like we all have Instagram accounts, and I tag us all on our Instagram feed. There's a couple posts with us tagging it, so if they want to talk to like us specifically, they can go to our account and they can find our Instagram handles. So like, hey, I just really need to talk to you about this, but I didn't want to reach out to like the Active Minds page. I just want to reach out to you.
Yeah. Or they can DM you too. Right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Or be
That's private.
like, hey, I want to talk to this person, but I can't figure out a way.
The direct message.
So that's like, private. It's not for stuff.
Because I think M&S.
It's not M&M's, no. Yeah. So if anyone is interested, reach out to them. Reach out to us in the Canutillo social media as well, or email anyone. we'll connect you to them. If you want to talk directly to the students or to the organization, we'll find a resource for you as well. It's important.
And also I want like parents to know there's a protocol. One, they have a sponsor. Two, there's a form that you'll know, right? So if my child's here and they want to be part of Active Minds, they have to fill out a form, right? Because slips.
You talk about a lot of serious and maybe cheering for some kids. So we do ask them to go get a signature from the parents.
Okay, so it's not. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, but even, we do have a set of protocols that we do follow for any situation. So like, there's no need to worry like about like if someone comes to us and like, we don't know what to do. Because obviously we have our advisors, we have overshadowing, we have Active Minds actually sending us like resources that we could use. We did our research. We have a bunch of resources that we can connect them to here locally in El Paso. We have a set protocol if someone comes up to us specifically for like, let's say sexual assault, specifically for suicide, specifically for drug use, specifically for all these different situations. We have different protocols that we'll follow specifically for that. So we'll like, so we like, we'll feel the
Because I just want parents to know it's not just some kumbaya, Columbus, and all that it's organized, it's focused, it's it's about supporting each other. They have a certified mental health expert that how many years at Sheriff? I like that.
20 years. I think 20 years. Expert. I like that.
Well, and that, there's resources to back them up.
Yeah,
as well.
yes.
It's not just a student giving advice, which is a big part of feeling safe, but it's also connecting them to resources, professionals, connecting them with people that might that are trained to help, and sometimes you just need a mediator, right? You need someone to
just listen
and connect you with someone that's gonna help you, and this organization is gonna be doing that.
All right.
Well, thank you guys. Congratulations on this important work that you guys are doing.
Thank you for being invited.
Thank you.
Have some fun. Love you. By the time this airs, it's Friday, so it'll be game time.
Game time.
Yeah. We wish the Eagles good luck. And
Let's go. Remember early voting. Go vote. Vote your voice.
I'm gonna go vote.
Vote. Me too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go vote my voice. I'll tell you who to elect.
No.
All right, be good. Love you all. Take care. Stay blessed.
Right.